Good afternoon, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the Crone Zone Conversations with Ancients. My name's Priscilla, and today my guest is Cheri, Trancing with
Hi,
Spirit.
everybody.
Hey, Cheri, thank you so much for being here today. I'm really excited about it.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm excited too.
Yeah, sorry, we don't know why, but Heather is MIA, so I'm not quite sure she's going to pop in a minute or what's going on. It's very strange. Hi, Amanda. How are you today? Do you have a deck of cards handy?
I do have some, yes.
I was going to say, can you pull a card for the show? Because I can't. Mine are all packed.
Okay, let me see. I'll just pick this.
No hurries. By the way, I made this.
Oh, I like that. Thank you.
I like that too. It's Google Slides, so I'll just send it to you.
Okay, thanks so much. I appreciate
You
that.
could probably take a picture of it and use it if you don't use Google Slides.
I can figure out how to use Google Slides.
It's easy enough. But you could also make that big and just take a picture with your computer.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can do a screenshot.
Yeah. I use screenshots quite a bit these days. Anyway, so today we're going to talk to Cheri about how she got started on your spiritual path, or how you got started with your psychic gifts, because I believe it's kind of hereditary with you.
Yeah. Okay, let's see what well, that card just fell on the floor. Let's see what it has to say.
Let's see what it says for the day. Hi, everyone in the chat.
So I use the Denise Lynn Sacred Forest Oracle, and I have Mystic Meadow Sanctuary.
Oh, lovely.
If you can see that. And I think, considering...
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm thinking we all have to find our sanctuary during this chaotic time. And don't forget to maybe take some refuge and some sanctuary and kind of buffer ourselves from these chaotic energies that are coming in. And I don't think we realize how, in some ways, chaotic it is. And we really need to find our sanctuary and our peace during this time, and not
nature, if possible.
In nature, and not let things affect us. Be the observer.
Exactly.
Like look at how they're
those highs and lows. Just kind of surf the highs and lows and stay out of any extreme.
Right, because that's what they're doing. It might be hard to tell, but they're all looking. See how they're just observing?
They're observing.
Right. They're in their own sanctuary, their own realm, but they're observing what's going on. But they're very calm looking. They're not letting it bother them. So I think that's the key.
That's beautiful. That's so appropriate for today, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I really don't watch much of anything news-wise. Very little on YouTube, and that's it. But it irritates me so much. I've pretty much stopped doing it, because why be irritated?
Me too.
We all know these things will pass, and soon after the election, it's going to be a whole different story.
It is,
and life is going to be a whole lot better for a lot of people.
I think so. And I try not to subscribe to their doom and gloom. I don't.
No, it's all about.
And I'll start to watch.
You have to do this, or
right.
else.
Yeah.
Or else this doom and gloom, like you say.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
My life is too good to be doomy and gloomy.
Right. Yeah. So I choose
not subscribing to the doom and gloom.
Right. We cause enough of our own chaos, let alone to let everything else out there sometimes.
Exactly. I don't know if everybody knows this, but both Cheri and I are planning on moving and living mobile for a while. So we really had a lot in common and been chatting about it. Hi, Laurie Huntsinger. Welcome.
Yep. We did just sign the papers, though, to list our house, even though it won't go up on until right after the retrograde.
I'm doing some repairs.
Right. We're finishing up on the repairs.
Yeah.
We have a few more people coming in to fix some stuff. But yeah, so we signed the paper. So it's a done deal.
I love the way everything can be done far away. The internet allows DocuSign from anywhere.
Yep. That's what we did.
I live in my house in the hands of my realtor, who's also a very close friend. But Yeah,
Yeah.
I get to leave and not worry about it.
Right. Yeah. Well, we're unfortunately stuck here while we have the people come in and out. I wish I could leave, but
I just found that unbearable.
it's been I think that's part of my problem, the chaoticness of my
Oh,
house
sure.
and the stuff all over. It's really starting to wear a bit thin.
I love this, Amanda.
Yep. Going mobile.
Going mobile. Yeah,
Yep.
we are.
Yes, we are. That's what
It'll
I'm
be an
concerned.
interesting life.
Right.
I'm trekking from here to Fort Collins, and right in the middle of that trek, it takes five days just to do it slowly. I'm in no hurry because I'm traveling just with my dog, and my middle stop is Russellville, Arkansas, right smack dab in the middle of the eclipse.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, so I'm spending 2 days there because why not?
Yeah, why not? I'm lucky. I live in, well, some people say it's not lucky. I live in Cleveland, and so it's ground zero for the eclipse. So I don't have to go
Awesome.
anywhere but look out.
That's fantastic.
Right.
I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Right.
Oh, thank you, Laura. She says, I'm thrilled for both of you. I once dreamed of being nomadic.
Yeah,
Me
I can't
too.
wait.
I didn't think I was going to be in my 70s when I did it, though.
I didn't think I'd be in my 60s when I did it either.
I don't know. I guess it's crone wisdom. You just decide, I've had enough of this. I'm going to go somewhere else for a while. I don't know.
Right.
Spirit's leading me. I don't know where
Me
Spirit's
too.
leading me, but
Me too.
I'm sure all will be revealed in time. So
That's
tell us a little bit about yourself, Cheri. How did you get started in, I would say the occult, probably back in the day?
Okay. I come from an interesting family.
An interesting family. I love that.
Yes. I had a great aunt who was, I think she was born in the 1890s. So that's the generation she came from, who read tea leaves.
Right. I had some great aunts born in the late 1800s too.
Yeah. And she read tea leaves. My godmother read tea leaves. My mom saw auras. She thought everybody did. She saw spirits. She always said my psychic gifts were more than hers because I always depended on hers. And I never believed her, of course, because, why would I?
Because you don't.
I don't. And so when we were kids, like I would do the Ouija board with my one aunt. I always felt safe and protected, and it worked for us. We used to rise card tables in the basement, and I'm talking when I was little, 9 or 10.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, my mom always had our astrology
The Ouija
chart.
board scared me even as a kid. I tried it with my girlfriends, but it kind of freaked me out because I didn't know if there was good spirits or bad spirits.
Yeah, I always knew that it was okay to do with my Aunt Ruthie.
Right.
And my Aunt Ruthie always did the Ouija board. I just always knew it was safe with her. I haven't really done it with anyone since, but I always knew it was okay with her.
That's neat.
Yeah. And so I grew up in a household of that. My mom had, the gypsy witch cards and would take me to psychic fairs when I was a teenager and, all that stuff. So that is all really normal. So we straddled the line between, she took us to church, but she also lived the metaphysical life. But I think had she not tried to transcribe to the conventions of reality, she probably would have chucked the church. But at certain times, I think some of the support she found from the church, the Lutheran church, helped her at certain times in her life. Because, the metaphysical community at that time was very disjointed. It wasn't like it is now where you can really find some good support. It really wasn't there in the 60s and 70s like it is now.
No.
Right. And so she always thought that I had gifts, and she always encouraged me to embrace them. And I do have a daughter.
Great support system.
I did. And I was lucky. And I hear all these horror stories, and I realize how blessed I was to have a mom like her. And even my aunts, I realize how much more in tune than I ever thought they were. Rising a card table in the basement, they must have been in tuned, or the Ouija board. So, that was there. And I do have a daughter who was born seeing spirits and fairies, and that's normal to her too. And I brought her up the same way. So she was always comfortable in her gifts. And she, she had turned them off for a while only because at the time, she didn't know like the parameters of saying, okay, I don't want to be bothered now. So now she's working
Right.
on
She
expanding
didn't know
them.
how to create boundaries. She
Exactly.
was too young to know what a boundary was.
Right. And she used to see portals. She said she'd wake up and there's a spirit like right in her face. And she would just be like,
There's
what do
our
you want?
Heather.
Yeah.
What happened?
So-
I'm so sorry.
Hey, don't worry about it. We're just fine. We're fine.
Yeah.
Glad you could join us, though.
And me too. I don't even know what happened.
Life.
Did you get a nap?
I think I was awake sleeping.
Awake,
Does
sleep.
that make
Awake,
sense?
asleep. Yeah.
Yes, it does. Because I used to do that.
Absolutely it does.
Okay.
Half the time when I take a nap, I'm awake, halfway awake.
Oh, I am so sorry.
It's
That's okay.
fine, babe. No worries.
Yeah.
So Cheri's just telling us a little bit about her childhood and how lucky she was to have a family of psychics and who taught her it was all good and found a balance between church and metaphysical.
Right.
Well, that is cool. That is
I
cool.
was lucky. And then
Yes.
as I grew up, I have to admit, I always was drawn to, witchy type things. And I always thought,
Me
oh, it'd be
too.
so cool, and then when I was in my late 20s, I think, I don't think I was quite yet there. I had 3 kids at that time. I bought this paperback book called Celtic Magic by DJ Conway.
Mm-hmm.
And it opened up a whole new world for me. And that was the beginning of my journey out of Christianity and into paganism. And I've never looked back.
That's awesome. How fun is that?
I think probably both you and I were well indoctrinated in the religion, so we didn't have that advantage. Wow, that's cool.
I was fairly well indoctrinated, but my parents were Rosicrucians, so it wasn't.
Mine were not.
And my mother was always interested in psychics and things like that. And
so was my
both of my parents worked for a church.
Oh, mine actually, my mom went in and out of the Lutheran church, and the only time she really had us in the church a little bit was when I was my teenage years. Other than that, you got married and you got baptized and you died, and that's the only time you went to church.
Right. No, we went every Sunday in our church clothes, little patent leather shoes and our gloves and all that. We're the 50s, and I was baptized, and I've forgotten what it's even called now.
If we were in the area, we went to every service.
Oh, no, I never did that.
No, we didn't do that. It was
when you have a father who's the organist there.
Exactly, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure you lived in the church, I'm sure.
Pretty much. I knew it really well.
Yeah. So, but I do have a little bit of I have to admit, I did have several lives of being burned at the stake. And
I believe we all have.
I think we all have. Yeah. And surprisingly,
or other horrible methods.
Right. They said if I was a man, I escaped the fate. If I was a woman, I was always usually killed.
I think that's true of me.
But that's true, I think, for everybody.
Yeah, because a man could get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a man could get away with it.
Patriarchy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They're terrified of women and their power.
Yeah. It was interesting, though, in this life, my first husband ended up turning into a really Christian zealot. And I went through, and it was difficult on me when my children were little. It was very difficult.
Zena?
On my
Is that Zena crying? Oh, it's yours. I thought it was Zena. I'm like, pick her up.
No, it's a boo.
No, she cried just a little bit, but she laid down.
Oh, look at that. That baby needed a hug.
There. Yeah, this is a boo.
Hi, Abu.
Hello.
And he's going to be the travel pug.
The travel pug.
You're going to be the
I
travel pug.
love that. Yeah,
Thanks,
confirmation. Thank you, Laurie. That's exactly what it was. I was Episcopalian, so I was confirmed at 13 or 14, something like that. And even then, I knew the church was not for me.
Yeah, I did
too. Say it that way.
Yeah,
It never fit in.
Yeah, I've been Presbyterian and Methodist. I've also attended Unitarian and got married in a I guess it was a Methodist church. I don't know what it was. It's where my mom sang.
I
Yeah.
didn't get married in church either time. I got married at City Hall and the first one, and basically in England it was the same thing.
Mhm.
Registry office.
Yeah, I was in a church both times.
I got married in the church both times too, in the Lutheran church.
Right.
The first time with
Okay.
a Catholic priest there, but
We digress. Back to
Yeah,
Cheri's
sorry.
life.
Right. So let's get back to your life.
so anyways, yeah, I do kind of a little bit, I have to admit, have a chip on my shoulder when it comes to the hardcore Christianity, which I'm working on getting rid of because of all the
dogma of the
things that have
church.
been done. Right. All the hurtful things that have been done to me throughout my life.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a tough thing to shake. And when you think you've shaken it, bam. No, you're not. You haven't. Totally.
Okay, all of us read Akashic records, Heather and I and Cheri, and we all learn from the same person. Cheri, I must admit, is much better at it than I am. However, you get healings through the Akashic Records masters, and if you ask them to heal those lives yet,
I have. I'm working on it. I've been working down, and I've just
Right.
drudged up some new ones, and that's the one I've drudged up now that I'm now working on.
that's
Are
brilliant
those
because
nice?
I've noticed the energies in the last few weeks have, particularly at this last full moon, were bringing up some deep, heavy stuff for me that
Me too.
I had not thought about in years, had
Mhm.
really just, what? I can't believe this is coming up.
That was me too.
But it was really deep and really hard to get rid of. But it happened on the full moon. So I just went, okay, I'm releasing all this nonsense to the full moon. I don't need this anymore. I release it and let it go.
Mhm.
And I immediately felt so
Mhm.
much lighter.
Yeah.
So if anybody else is having dark night, of the soul, you're not alone. I had a really deep one during the full moon.
I did too, and I didn't realize during the same course how much of a chip on my shoulder I still had when it came to Christianity and the effects that it's had on me in this life and in past lives. I didn't
Right.
realize that, and that is something that came up during this past week too.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well,
Thank you, Sharon Sipe. It's so nice to see you here.
Hey,
How
Lou.
are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for sharing Cheri's channel.
Yes, thank you.
Amanda Carroll says, I agree. It felt like a wet blanket, those recent
Yes.
meetings.
Oh,
Exactly.
so heavy. It's so
Yeah.
heavy.
Super
It was.
heavy.
And I do feel like they're finally lifting, at least for
Yeah,
me.
I
Like,
think so too. And I think the eclipse is going to make it even lighter. I don't
I
know
think
why.
so,
Yeah.
because we're going to be able, maybe be able to see.
But do you guys still have heaviness in your head?
Yes, I still do have some
I
heaviness
still
in my
do
head.
too. It's almost
do.
like a headache, but it's
But
just
it's not.
it's not. But it's almost like a headache.
Yeah.
Right. It's gotten a lot better though. It
Yeah,
was a
mine has
lot
gotten
worse a
definitely
couple
gotten
days
better.
ago.
Because
But
I
it-
did have a headache a couple of days ago.
Me too.
It's
I had
lightened up.
vertigo
Oh, wow.
yesterday. That's why I had to cancel the one show that I was going to do. I had vertigo,
Oh,
and
dear.
I hadn't had vertigo in a good couple years. And I had
So
that
if
heavy.
you guys are all
feeling.
out there watching, if you're having these kind of symptoms, you know what it's all about. It's just raising our vibration, getting rid of things that we no longer need.
Right.
And it's
And
just going to continue for a bit.
Right.
Yeah, I think I've been doing some releasing, a lot of releasing
Me too.
heavily every
Me
single day, and my head is just like it's almost
Fuzzy.
feels hollow, but it doesn't. Does that
I
make
know
sense?
sometimes I feel like telling them, lighten up.
Yeah.
Can you give me a break for a couple of days? I've been really busy doing all this crap you want me to do. And
Yeah, quit putting my brain to sleep.
Yeah, that's exactly. I felt, I get a wet blanket's a good way to describe it. Cotton candy feeling, like just like all fuzzy and just clouded and heavy.
Yeah.
yeah. I was wondering if you would like to do a demonstration on somebody's Akashic records, or are we there yet?
I could try. I mean, we do it every week on
I know, but is it, you guys out in the chat, if you haven't had your Akashic records read, um, why don't you explain what it is first? And if they would like it, let me know. If you haven't had it done by anybody else, you've never had your records read, please let us know. And we're going to take at least one person to read the records.
Okay.
So let me
Akash-
know in all caps and emojis, me,
Or something like that.
or something like that.
The Akashic records are a record of your soul and everything that your soul has done up until this time. And it's not like psychic where it's more matter of fact. This is the way it was. And it's like you're seeing the past and it's like you feel the emotion of it, but there's no emotion attached to it, if that makes any sense to anybody, because it just is.
It's like watching a movie.
Exactly. Exactly. That's what it is. So you're seeing it. Now, as far as the future goes, they can give you the energy as a potential future, but the choice is yours because we have free will. They can't tell you what the future will be because it has not been determined yet. They could basically let you know what the most likely thing is on the trajectory that you're on, but it's not like it's totally different from the psychic, and their attitude is a much more matter of fact attitude. Like and the more general the question, the more general the answer. Like if they say, what should I do in the future? Their answer will be, well, what do you want to do in the future?
Exactly. You have to
know.
be pretty specific with what it is you want.
Right. So
about the most vague you could get is asking what they want you to know at this time.
Right.
I mean, you can ask that question, but
you may or may not get something you want to hear.
Yeah, but I mean, that's about as vague as you can get. And they will answer that question. But like you said, it's you try to be a bit more direct.
Yeah,
Also,
direct and a little bit open-ended, not yes, no.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. They don't really do yes, no, or it's different. And a lot of people don't, since it's so kind of new out there. I've been actually interested in like under your case for like 20 years, but a lot of people don't know a lot about the Akashic records. They assume that it's just like reading a psychic thing, and it's not. It's a bit different.
Right.
But it's always with love, and it's not negative. Even if they show you a negative, it's not to be negative.
It's just to observe it, because there's no judgment in the records. And the Akashic records are for everything in the universe, and started at the beginning of the universe. And yours individual started when you were split off from source. When that little fractal left source, that's when your Akashic record started.
Right.
Is my understanding.
Right. And there's a lot to comprehend, because people don't understand that time is not linear on the other side. We have concurrent lives. We can have many lives, be living many lives at the same time, and they don't all have to be human.
And they don't have to hear.
And they probably aren't.
Right. And some people don't, adhere to that theory, but it's true. Like I know I have a concurrent life as a Pleiadian right now.
Right. Ooh, I haven't asked about concurrent lives.
Yeah, so
that's one question I haven't asked. It's a good one for the next time I ask. That would be brilliant.
Yeah, I think I asked.
What else can we tell them about the Akashic records? Every being has one.
Every being has
a right to know what they say.
Everybody has the right to. It's your birthright to read your own records.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has the ability to read their records, to develop a relationship with their own Akashic record masters. It's your birthright to know this, and anybody can do it. And that's the best thing. And you can heal through them, past traumas,
all the way down your ancestral lines,
all the way down your ancestral lines. Right. You can heal. Healings do take time. Even if you heal today, you're not going to feel better necessarily tomorrow. They take time, like over a period. And as you clear one thing, sometimes then it makes room for new things to come in. And it's like life is a constant. There is no, like you don't get healed once and you're perfect. Other things may come up, and it'll make room for new things. And it's, you're a work in progress, but it does make you more whole. if that makes sense.
Yeah. Priscilla and I consider ourselves onions, peel back a layer and there's another layer.
Exactly. And you're always going to have another layer. And to think you're never going to have another layer, no.
No.
Yeah, it's layer after layer after layer. Hi,
But
Harley.
it gets easier. The tough,
I
most of
agree.
the tough stuff usually is at the beginning, I think.
I
Every
agree.
now and then you get a little, but
I totally agree. Okay. Do you happen to have your Akashic prayers handy? Because
I do if she doesn't.
yeah, I should have it here. So, okay. Did you want me to say the prayer protection first and then the
yes,
open?
please.
Okay.
We're going to start with Joyful Journey and then Harley.
Okay.
But go ahead and say the prayer protection.
Okay. We are surrounded by the pure white light of divine source. We ask Archangel Michael to protect and guide us as we call forth our angels, guides, beings of light, and Akashic Records masters to assist us now to receive the information of the highest truth, highest frequency of love and light, allowing us to receive exactly what we need for our greatest good and the greatest good of all humanity. Thank you.
Hi, Debbie Kane. Welcome.
And then I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to open the records then.
Joyful Journey, if you will please say yes, you are, you would like, just say yes, you would like Cheri to read your records, that you have her permission to read the records. If you just write yes in the chat, that would be great.
Okay. We open ourselves to the light, and with this light, we open ourselves to our truth. And with this light, we open ourselves to our soul's purpose. And with this light, we open ourselves to be guided towards our highest good and the highest good of all in divine love. And so all that are in the chat and all that will watch later are given the truth to best serve them on their healing journey into love and acceptance that is most beneficial for them in this moment. And with this light and guidance, we unlock the energy field of those in the chat and those that will watch to receive the record of their soul. So
Great. Hi, Miss Valerie. How are you today? Nice to see you. Okay, you don't need their name. You're
as far as just you can just like pop up their question and
okay, it's their Joyful Journey.
I'd love to be a guinea pig. So did you have a question?
Oh,
Or do you
questions? Yes, sorry.
That's okay. Like
You guys, I got You need to ask a particular question.
like
So
is there
journey.
right? You can ask, is there a past life affecting me now? Is there something let's see. Why am I drawing a blank? Of course I'm drawing a blank.
You can ask why if you have a habit you want to break and can't
right.
see,
Why do I have this
do
habit?
this?
Or if you're on the right path.
Life.
Right. Am I on the right path?
So if you could just Joyful Journey, if you could just give us a holler in the chat, please.
Why do I have a block when it comes to XYZ? Or why does it seem like I do? Or I'm having trouble doing XYZ? Or, is it what it's relating to? Something like that.
I think she must have stepped away. So I'm going to go to
Harley's
Harley.
already said yes. So
we'll come back to Joyful Journey. Harley, can you ask a specific question, please? Like, how is there a past life that is affecting me now? Or am I on my life path? Or how am I doing on my life path?
You can ask if they have if my Akashic Record masters have a message for me, that you may get something specific, you may get something not, but you can also ask that if they have a specific message for you.
Right.
Because before I do a reading, I generally channel a message for the person I do the reading for. And it's unique to them. And usually always, they only understand it. It makes no sense to me.
Okay, I do. Harley, are you going to give me a question, love? Okay, I do have a question from you. Everybody that has said they wanted to be read, put a question in the chat so I can find it, please.
Oh, and I did say that I did give a reading, just gave a free reading today for, I reached 150. When I reach 200, I'll be giving away another hour as if anybody wants to subscribe to my channel.
Oh, fantastic.
Shameless plug.
Please go subscribe to her channel. Please, please, please.
Okay.
Okay. Amanda Carroll says, I've been wondering if my concurrent lives have been peeking in on this life of mine here.
I've never had that question. Let's see.
That's interesting.
That is interesting. Let's see what they have to say about that.
Okay. I got it, Harley.
Okay.
There's no reason why we all can't read.
Yeah.
I've never tried to do it before.
I heard generally we all go about it not knowing what each other do, but from time to time we do unknowingly pick up the vibrations from that other concurrent being.
That's exactly what I'm getting.
Mm-hmm. Things like where you live,
Mm-hmm.
you dream about different places.
Right. It's that's what it is. So it's not like, it's more of on a subconscious level than a conscious level.
That's
every now and then you may, but for the most part, no. That's how it works. You may have an odd dream that you're like, this doesn't make sense, and you're dreaming of that other person.
Right.
For instance, I dreamt of Henry. I've talked to him about on my show, and I channel Henry. He was a past life. He was a Tuskegee Airman, and I started dreaming of him.
Oh, that's really interesting. You dreamed of a Tuskegee Airman, and now you're channeling information from him?
Right. And he was me in a past life.
Interesting.
So we all have that.
What kind of information do you get from him?
From Henry? Henry is really is an awesome soul. And he has such a great view on today's world, but also looking back from being up there, but also living it as a Black man in the, growing up in the 20s, 30s, and 40s. So he has a great perspective on what's going on now, knowing everything, but from that perspective.
Oh,
so
that's interesting.
Right. It's very, very unique. And the one thing that he did tell me the one time was that, and this might be, in fact, I was going to make a short of this, that he said that there will become a time where, just like we are known as the last best generation for saving the world from fascism, the white light workers of today will be known for saving the world.
Wow.
And that's just something
you start putting some of this on your channel.
I am. In fact, I just downloaded it. I was going to put it up in a short, but I'm saying that because the power of the positive thought is so powerful. And what we're doing, right? People don't realize how much good we can do by living in that love, in that connectiveness. And it doesn't really take a whole lot to affect change, and that how much power we actually do have.
Yes. If we just would believe in ourselves, just
exactly,
just a little bit.
Exactly. So,
okay, I've got another one. If you don't mind trying to read someone else, Deborah came. I want to know what past life is affecting my back pain.
Okay, let's see. I heard heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm. That's what I got.
Okay, but I got in a past life, she was stabbed in the back with a sword, which heavy lifting, it would be her weak spot, and heavy lifting would affect it in this life.
Right.
Yeah, I got that she was a worker that just carted things all the time. I mean, she was always bent over.
That's what I saw her bent over carrying things on her back as a man.
Right. That's what I got.
So I think it's more than one life.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Because I'm getting a French soldier that was stabbed in the back with a sword.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I saw it. He literally was hunched over like this, and he had something on the back, and he's carrying it. So carrying,
Yeah, he just,
right. And I think that
Oh.
has something to do with now too. Are you carrying too much burden? The reason maybe they showed carrying the stuff in the back. Are you carrying burdens, or are you too? Because sometimes even that could manifest as us not dealing with certain things. It manifests in pain in a certain body. Now, and you should always go to the doctor though if you think never take that. But sometimes that can happen also. But we can
Let's see if we can clear it.
we can at the end I can read the clearing. And that
Yeah.
way, if you're picking up from that life from having, because it is that of carrying that heavy weight, that also is carrying a heavy burden. So could you also be
Absolutely.
carrying a heavy burden in this life that has been drudged up?
yeah, she did say she had a stabbing pain after her gallbladder was removed,
Yikes.
like a knife going through her.
Wow. Interesting. So,
And Illumination Portal said she saw a previous injury from a war.
mhm.
What I saw was a war injury from a previous life and holding on
Right.
to grief for Deb. Interesting. And she says, I do have a French connection.
Yeah.
Interesting. So I
yeah.
see we got at least 2 different lives here.
Right. And
Or-
lots of
or
times
three.
the same patterns will come through in more than one life.
That's right. And in a lot of times when you're holding on to
Holding
okay,
on to things that'll settle into that spot.
it'll settle into that weak spot. And the
Exactly.
weak spot comes probably from the initial stab wound. Then you had a life carrying stuff, or that could have been before. Who knows?
hmm
But I have, for some
Yeah.
reason, I think I get it later.
I think the carrying was later because
Mhm.
you're thinking the
Sure.
17s for the stab. I'm thinking more the 18s for
Right.
18s, early 19s for the carrying.
She says she remembers a church scene. Interesting.
Interesting.
I'd meditate on that and see if you can
Right.
find out more about that one.
Yeah. Watch some
And-
videos on so you can reach your own Akashic records, read your own records. There's a
And
bunch of
I
videos
also-
out there.
Yeah, and I also got that she, as far as her gallbladder surgery went, they actually touched the spot where you were stabbed, and it brought up memories.
Mhm. That makes sense.
Wow,
It went right
that's-
through.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Mhm.
Okay, let's see. Here's Harley. Is there a past life affecting me? I don't know what the last part was. I didn't see any.
Is
Is
my
my
path
path-
something?
Is my path? I don't see anything else. Okay, it's okay.
Okay.
Okay, Harley. I would say let's rephrase the question to what past life is affecting me the most in this life.
That's good.
Yeah, because there are several.
hmm One life I'm seeing is I see you as a little boy and you look like you were poor and you had like rags on. And it was like destitute. And you have this look of
Mm.
sadness and loneliness and desperation and abandonment. It almost it's you look like someone that you would see. I don't know why they're showing me. I don't know if anyone ever saw this movie, but of how they looked like when they were in those old prisons, like on Easter Island with the shaved heads and the rags, how they used to see.
Right.
Only you were a little boy. You weren't there. But that's unless you were there as a little boy, which anything's possible in the history the way it was.
Absolutely.
So maybe you were, I think you might have been put in one. That's why they're showing me that. And you didn't understand what was going on. And you felt abandoned and you had the shaved head and the rags. But you could have only been 10. Like it would be no place for a child, and you were just standing there kind of lonely, like just lost.
And how does that relate to this life?
So that you have it's that feeling of her betrayal and abandonment. And that you have to release that. You just brought that feeling of betrayal and abandonment over with you, and that just needs to be released.
Can we release that?
Yeah, we can release that in the healing, and you didn't need to bring that with you, but it just came with you, and it's just something that you've brought with you, and you've not been able to let go.
That's the shadow work that you need to be doing.
Mhm.
Right.
Letting go.
Letting it go.
Injustices.
Mhm.
That's what we need. We need to clear her up. You past injustices that it's over, done. You have to tell yourself it's in the past. Doesn't relate to this
Not
life.
relevant anymore.
It's not relevant anymore. I don't need to feel abandoned. I don't need to feel the injustice. I don't need to feel any of those feelings, because it was so traumatic that it just stuck with you. Because it was so traumatic. That's why.
Yeah. And that's what happens a lot of times with us, and when we're being human, is that we can sometimes get sucked in by the lower vibrations, and then it's hard it's hard to get out of that cycle once you're stuck there. And
right.
You just need to raise your vibration, and there's a million different ways of doing that, with dancing and laughing and loving and caring for others. There's a million ways to get out of it, but you got to find the right one for you.
Right. And also I'm hearing that you took on it as in, what did I do wrong, when you did nothing wrong? That's the crux there. It wasn't about you. Even though it happened to you, it wasn't about you. And it was done to you.
And that sucks, but that's what happens.
Right. Sorry.
I hope that answers your question. Heather, I got chills on this touch the spot, and it triggered more pain than commonly experienced. So she knows exactly what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see.
Let that go.
Let it go.
Right.
Hi, Miss Valerie. Do my Akashic Records masters have a message for me?
Okay, let's see what they say.
There was one more thing on Deb.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I'm sorry, but it just came when she was talking, and I was thinking that, and then I realized that I was right. When she was stabbed in the back, they left the sword in. I've taken it out, so it will heal.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
That gave me chills.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that when I saw it.
No, they left it. But it's not there anymore. It's gone.
Good for you. Thank you. We've done that before with a woman. The first time we ever worked together, we pulled a stone hatchet out of her back.
And an arrow.
Ouch.
And an arrow. Yeah. Okay. Valerie would like to know if her Akashic Records masters have a message for her. So let's see what they have to say.
They said, yes, our beloved. Your light shines brightly, more brightly than you realize, and more brightly than you'll ever know. They want you to step into your power more forcefully. Accept the brilliance. Be confident in yourself. They want to thank you for all the good work that you have done. You bestow blessings on so many without you even realizing how much you have done for others, and it has not gone unnoticed. The rest of your path is bright. They want you to continue with your good work and to accept the brilliant being of light that you are. They want you to fully accept that and to shine brightly and to continue to share your love with others.
Oh, that's beautiful. That brought tears to my eyes. Well, I actually just got, I know you're going to die when I say this, Valerie, but I just got Harley laughing and telling you to have a good time. You know who I mean, Harley, in the comic book character?
Harley Quinn?
Harley Quinn, thank you. Harley Quinn is sitting in that crazy outfit on top of something, waving and tell you, have a good time. But ditto what Cheri said. That was beautiful, Cheri.
That's cool.
Do they have anything else? Just shining the light on you.
Mm-hmm.
Just shining the light big time on you. This was the last question that I had. And Valerie's laughing and saying, yeah, she's something else. She is. I just can't believe Harley Quinn is your guy. I mean, you're one of your Akashic Records masters. It cracks me up.
Well, it's strange how your Akashic Record masters do come through to you and present to you. Mine are very unique. One of mine comes through as like a Dumbledore type, Merlin type. The other one's like a Magnum PI type. And the other one's like Diana Prince from Wonder Woman, but she usually looks like Diana Prince. And every now and then Wonder Woman comes out, but she's blue.
Oh, that's neat.
So,
and then Harley said that his left hand was shaking.
Wow.
Interesting. So anybody else want a reading? We do have time. That was beautiful for Valerie.
Yes.
How do I get that off? Go away.
She delivers every word.
Yeah, we do have a hard time, I think, sometimes accepting ourselves.
We do. I mean,
we're so deprecating
with what people tell me I'm supposed to be,
right,
and all that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just like you. I'm learning. I know nothing.
Right. Yep, exactly. I don't know much either.
Learning.
Or
if I didn't know anything, it's everything changes, and I know nothing.
Everything does change.
That's about it.
The only constant.
Yep, it's the only constant change. It's crazy.
Yes.
I really love going into the records for people because it makes me feel so good.
It does. The energy is amazing.
It really is. So the energy is unconditional love, just pure and simple unconditional love. It's
right, and that's
good to be there.
Right.
Sometimes it makes me cry. Sometimes it makes me laugh.
Right.
Valerie says, we were in the dark for so very long. It's amazing to be here, but you never forget the darkness.
No.
Isn't that the truth?
Just as long as we don't feel it.
Exactly.
Oh, anybody that wants to get in touch with Cheri, here is her information.
Thank you.
I hope you all, I've never done this before. You were my first. But
thank you.
I mean, what an easy way to share your information.
That is. It's very easy.
Hi, Bora Bora. It's nice to see you. Would you like an Akashic record reading? Because that's what we seem to be doing at the moment.
Yeah. And I will be on tomorrow with Jenny, Starfish Jenny.
Okay. And where are you going to be on with Starfish?
On my channel. It was with, we were on with Val, and then she cut us loose, kicked us out of the nest.
It's big time now.
Yeah. So now we're on the big time. But you two are more than welcome to come on our show anytime you would like.
Oh, we would love to. We would love to come on.
We appreciate that.
Absolutely. We'd be more than happy to have you on.
Deb McCain said you just subscribe to your channel.
Oh, thank you so much.
Please, guys, go and please like and share our channel, our information, if you don't mind, out there, and make sure you click the thumbs up for us, and then pop over to Cheri's channel, and she's going to have this up in the next day or so. Check on it. Yeah, it should work. But here's her information. And how much are your private readings? Or is that on your website?
It's on my website,
Okay.
but I charge $145 for the reading.
Okay.
Um,
And how long does the reading last?
I channel the message beforehand, and usually an hour-ish. If it goes a little over, I'm not really into total. I don't
Right.
cut you off at an
I got
hour if I have more to say.
And Harley came back with this. That was incredible. It answers my issues with injustices for all. I felt this since childhood. You and me both, Harley. I had a really hard time with injustice.
Me
Not
too.
so much now. I understand it, about soul contracts, and so it really changes your perspective.
It does. And a full Akashic reading, whether you get one from me or anybody, there's a million people, well, not a million, but there's a bunch of people out there that do them. You just pick who you resonate with, and what you gain from that is so amazing. You will gain so much. It's worth it, tenfold.
It really is. It changed
it
changed my life. The first one I had with from us all learning with this class, I had my Akashic records read many years ago. It was Bob, the Akashic, and I love him. But the one that I had with Cheri, Kigaru Spiritual Journeys, changed my life. Absolutely changed my life. And then when we did that class and we got that attunement, that was another big one for me. That attunement, oh my God.
I know, me too.
The biggest thing I'd felt in a class ever.
I know.
It's $39 I ever spent. Anybody who wants to take the class, Dragonfly Crystals .store is where the classes are.
And it's worth it. Even if you don't plan on doing it for whatever, for your own self to learn how, it's well worth it. What you get out of it is so worth it. And
every time I have mine read, I get something seriously important out of it. It's not like you can only do it one time. You can do it however often you want. If you leave the records open for yourself, you can talk to your Akashic Records masters every day.
Yeah, I talk to mine all the time, and mine, I have a sense of humor, and they're really funny, but they're awesome to develop a relationship with. You will grow exponentially if you do this for yourself.
Absolutely.
And you don't have to even tell anybody, because it's for yourself. If you're worried, don't tell anybody. Because some people say, well, I don't know what this person will think. Who cares? Don't tell anybody. No one has to know. Do it for yourself.
Worried. That's right.
Right.
Yeah. And I think they all have a sense of humor. It's just us learning to relax enough to appreciate it.
Yeah, probably.
You're right. I agree, Heather. I think that's. Oh, you're frozen, girl.
Yeah,
I know, but I'm not sure. I'm not. It's too close to the end. And as long as it takes for this to reboot, I'll stay with you. At least I can talk.
Yeah, we can hear you. It's fine. It's fine. What did somebody's? Oh, the picture that I made of Cheri's information, I made it on Google Slides. I just picked a background and wrote it and cut and pasted it for my list of guests. I keep a list of guests with all your information. So I just cut and pasted it. It was really hard. Took all of 30 seconds.
Yeah. Wow.
And I'm just learning to use Google Slides and all that kind of stuff, because I was a Word Windows person.
Yeah.
I just downloaded a program to pull apart the video so I can start posting those shorts of like what Henriette said. So I just downloaded a program today. So I'm going to post that in the next couple of days, and then I'm going to start.
All you have to do is go on YouTube and hit the plus sign, and as long as you keep it under a minute, it's a short. It automatically records it as a short.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have no idea how to. I'm not that versed on YouTube. I'm working on that.
I just learned how to do it because I wanted to post some shorts. And so if you can do the video, just do the video and keep it under 59 seconds. And when you hit the plus key, it'll tell you how to upload it. It's at the bottom of every screen, and it'll tell you how to upload it and do it. And it's really not. It's not.
Yeah,
but you can't do it in portrait. You have to do it. You have to do it in portrait, not landscape.
Right. That's what I did. I did it on Canva. I made one short on Canva. I used that. But that was using theirs. So I did do one. I just have to pull apart the video.
I haven't learned how to use it yet.
Yeah. So now I just
And
have
just
to,
so you know, I am still here.
Good.
Even though I can't see me, I can see you guys and you're moving.
okay.
We are
But I am
moving.
still here.
Okay.
We are. Illumination Portal says, I'm working on all of this computer stuff too. Yeah, we all are. We're all
We
learning.
all are.
I
Yeah.
learned from Jean, Sun Psychic Jean, when she seems to know you, not just YouTube, but StreamYard fantastically. So
Oh,
Yeah.
I
I'm
always
so
go
lost
to
on
her.
there.
Jean, how do I do this?
Uh-huh.
So tomorrow you're going to be on with Jenny, who is
Jenny.
an amazing reader. And who else?
Just me and Jenny,
You
because
and
we were on with Val and
Oh.
she kicked us loose. So now we wanted to do the first couple shows like for ourselves. We're getting our footing. So we're on at 6. We used to be on at 7 on Dragonfly Crystals, but now we're on at 6. We thought 6 would be a
Now,
little
wait a
bit.
minute. 6 what? Pacific?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I always forget that. Eastern Standard.
Eastern
Standard.
Eastern
Okay.
Standard.
So
Okay.
that's 4 for me.
Yeah. So we're on at 6 and and it's open anytime you want to read with us. Feel free for a Sunday night at 6.
And like I said, go to her, take a picture of this, and then you can go to her email or her website. You've got all the information you want. Yeah, I'm kind of fond of this too, Valerie. I'm glad I
I like
thought of
that.
it because it's
Yeah.
really hard. I've put stuff at the beginning of the chat, the guest information, and that's okay. But I think this is more special.
I like that. I think I'm going to use that. And what was it? Google Slides?
Google Slides,
Okay.
and the background's just a picture I had.
Okay. I like
I
that.
can't remember. Anyway, I'm going to send it to you. There's a way to send it to you. So
Okay. Thanks.
Harley has a question.
Oh, okay.
Why can't a parent get a reading as a child?
On a child.
On a child.
Depends on if the child is 18 or not.
Right. If it's a minor child, you can get help with that. An adult child, because they're an adult, they have to give their permission.
Yeah, they need free will, their permission.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would say if it's a minor that lives with you, then you have every right to ask a question. I personally would. Do you mind if I get your read? Because that's me with my family.
Yeah.
I just had my kids' charts done.
me
So
too.
here's the chart. Go talk to Valerie.
Yeah.
She'll explain it to you.
Yeah. I should have my chart done with everything that's
Oh,
going on.
absolutely. And Valerie does a beautiful job because she's psychic medium. You get 2 for 1 with an astrology chart.
Well,
with her.
twofers are always good.
I know 2-fers are always great. Thank you, Bora Bora.
Mm-hmm.
And when are we going to be on? Oh, we've got the Wisdom Channel on Monday. It's about
Yes.
how releasing judgment.
Right. Which leads right into what we're talking about Tuesday.
Which is acceptance.
Acceptance.
And that is our last show
Till you get moved.
till I finish my move. And I get to Fort Collins on the 10th. So our next show after that will be on the 13th, I believe, Saturday the 13th of April.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Flying, isn't it? Oh my
It
God.
really is.
It always does. I
It's
swear it
just
gets
crazy.
shorter. All the time gets shorter all the time.
It does.
Where did that day go? You know?
I don't know.
Well, Cheri, I hope you get your move going like you want to. I'm out of
Same
here
here.
next Friday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Eek.
Wow. Good luck with everything with your move.
Thank
I hope
you.
it'll go fine. It's going it's going good for you. It'll go good.
I think it'll be just fine. It's going to be interesting with my dog. She's a little bit like, what's going on here?
Mine's had anxiety because they feel the tension
Yes.
of all the change, and he's been unusually clingy the last like 6 weeks.
Mine too.
I think what they think, because I think this is what Zena thought when I left. It says, just so long as I don't lose you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's all that matters is they don't lose us.
Right.
Well, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, Cheri. I hope you'll come back.
I definitely will.
It's been a joy to see you here, and I appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
You guys in the chat, you go out and share your love. Go out there, and shine.
And yourself.
And make sure you do a little self-care, a little self-love, because, you know, we're so busy taking care of other people, we sometimes forget ourselves.
Right.
Not good. Go take
Right.
care of yourself.
Right.
Until next time, then I guess we'll see you.
Well,
Bye, everyone.